Okay everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at this incredible to-scale map of the Earth. So let's fly up there and take a look. Today we are going to be looking at how to download and install this incredible map. This tutorial will work for Education, Bedrock and Pocket editions of Minecraft. But first, let's take a look at some of the different areas of this map, and don't forget to give a shout out in the comments down below if your city or country gets a mention. Okay, so North America, here we are. As we travel from east to west across, you can see the Great Lakes down there, very distinctive, huge as well. And you can see the outline there on the left of Florida, sticking out into the Gulf of Mexico. And as we move westwardly across the United States, we've got New Orleans there. And just in the distance, you'll start to notice that we get, you can just start to see the borders of the different countries that are included in this map. Dallas down there, as we head further west. And these borders are really a key feature of this, and the interesting thing for me there, you can see the Mexican border as we go through, and on the right there, the US-Canadian border as well, that big long straight grey line. Now we are really high above this map, Pacific coast there, as we continue to head westward. Now, one of the big features of this map are the borders, the attention to the detail, and the scale as well. We are so high above this map at the moment. It's quite unbelievable. When you get down, you really could be in any part of Minecraft map. Southeast Asia. So as we're flying over Southeast Asia, obviously the majority of this map is water. Here's the Philippines coming up here on the left. In the distance there, it should be Indonesia and Malaysia just popping up in the distance over there. Really, really well-known, iconic outlines. They've done such a good job, the creators of this map. Getting the outlines of the country just completely to scale from a real map. Australia now will head in from the north, and we'll start off at Darwin and head south across the continent. Now, you will notice that the borders are there for the countries. Australia's a very, very big country, so no borders there. However, we get to the other continents, you can see lots and lots of smaller countries, and I just think there's so much scope to use this map. Sydney down there popping up, Tasmania, small island there as well. So much scope on this to do things like getting students to place beacons down on certain countries, or just have a building competition, doing famous landmarks within certain countries. New Zealand just popping up in the distance there. A really long way from Australia, New Zealand. Didn't quite realise how far it was. I had to do a little cut there, but here we are in Europe. And we'll start off in Spain, just heading eastward across the continent. There's France, and on the left there is United Kingdom. You can just see the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland there. And as we make our way across, what you really notice below Germany there, you've got the Alps really sticking up, and those geographic features have just been included in this map. They're fantastic. Now, obviously, when you get down to a certain level, things like rivers are quite small actually. So the map can only be of a certain scale. Obviously, this is a big file. This is a 600 megabyte world file, and when you get really high up, the outline of all the countries is amazing. It's fantastic. And when you get really a bit down lower, everything's really cool. It's impressive, and it works as a really nice survival world. Moving on now to the Middle East. And we're starting somewhere above Turkey, and as we move forward, you can see Iraq there. And again, the biome's changing. They did such a good job capturing the different climates of these different countries. Saudi Arabia and Iran there off into the distance as well. And down there, you can see it's like Yemen and Oman there, sticking out into the ocean. And as we move eastwardly, we arrive at Asia, and let's take a look where we're going to get to. You can see India down there, very distinctive shape, also the geographic areas of India as it moves north, heads into the Himalayas, striking mountain range, really high, suddenly just coming out of nowhere. South Korea, little jump ahead there, and just above South Korea, to the north of South Korea, of China. Now the interesting thing about this map is when you get so high, it kind of looks like it is a globe because of the way Minecraft, it has a big radius around the user to build up the chunks, the view distance. There's Japan down there. But actually, this map does have an edge, so it's got a big edge. It goes as far eastward as like New Zealand, and then on the opposite side of the west, it kind of goes right out of the Pacific across from the USA. Now, moving across through Central America, Nicaragua there, Mexico, and down into South America, you got Colombia, Venezuela there, and moving into Brazil, and you've got the rainforest there. You can see the Amazon rainforest, and probably the Amazon River, or one of its tributaries down there. Very interesting. As we move further south, we've got Uruguay and Argentina down there, and you can see the mountain ranges. Again, really impressive. You got Argentina there, and just on the other side of Argentina, you got Chile. In between them, the Andes mountain range. So I think loads of interesting things you could do in terms of geography lessons or any other things like that, or just getting your friends into this world and exploring. I think that's the best thing, just going into creative, finding different countries, different biomes, different parts of the world and exploring them. Moving on now to Africa. We've got South Africa there, of course, as we head from the south, the north of the continent. Can't give a shout out to every single country, and it took me a while to get these to get this tracking data stuff working, to get the text moving a little bit. But we've got Angola and Zambia there as well. And as you move north, you can see the Great Rift Valley and the Central African lakes there, Lake Malawi, Lake Victoria. We've got the Democratic Republic of Congo, and you can see the tropical forested areas there. And we go over the equator and moving north, you can see that as we get to Chad, the landscape changes abruptly, as it does on this world as well. And you start to get towards the Sahara Desert, and I just think it's remarkable. We can teach students about desertification, lots of interesting things like that with climate change. And of course, there is a version of this map without country borders as well. So you could have that map and then try and add in some of the country borders. That could be a really cool geography lesson in there as well. Okay, so as we move north, we suddenly jump south to Antarctica. Now, Antarctica is one of the continents that's going to really struggle from being on a flat map. I believe this is called the Mercator projection map. So some countries look a little bit bigger or smaller, or certainly ones like Antarctica are just basically like a strip of land at the bottom. But let's look at how to download. Okay, let's look at how to download this. If you click the link in the description down below, it will take you to this page on MCPEDL. And we're going to look for download the 1.16 update. That's the one I've been using. But there's versions with no borders and interesting stuff like that. Click to continue, and it takes you to this AdFly website. So just be careful on this one. Just follow the instructions, wait for it to count down, skip ad, and then here, don't click allow or anything like that. Just wait a little bit longer and it will say skip ad. Now, if you click this once or twice and it comes up with a little advert, just close that tab and click skip ad again, and then it will come up with this page, and there it is, the media file link. Now remember, this one is over 600 megabytes. So if you're used to them downloading really quickly and just opening straight away, that won't necessarily be the case. But once it's downloaded, just open it up like you would a normal file and it'll all work fine. Alright guys, we're going to stop the video there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. It helps me out massively. But even more, if you want to help me out, check out the t-shirts in the description down below. 10% off these wonderful t-shirts from a company called Into the AM. Right, thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you all later in the week.